What's going on, guys? It's Aero here, and we are playing some Assetto Corsa today. A lot of people liked a little test video that I posted, which was basically testing the waters and seeing if you guys would be interested in this game. Of course, this is not a drifting game, but they are supporting it with drifting mods, or not mods, but like modifications. Like, I think 2 cars have the drift mod in them now, where you can, it just gives you street tires, more lock, and then in the case of the E30, it's a E36 engine swap. Some of them are just like lightly tuned, some of them aren't tuned at all. Like I'm driving the E92 M5 or M3 right now. So yeah, it's just like a live commentary type thing, and I'm just gonna tell you what I like about the game, what I don't so far, because this is just a pre-alpha thingy. So. I am using, before anyone asks, I'm using the Logitech G27 wheel with the H pattern and the clutch. Because to be able to clutch kick, you have to use clutch. So I'm not used to using clutch because I'm a little baby. So you may hear that noise a lot. But yeah. So this is Assetto Corsa. It is the most fun I've had drifting on PC yet. R Factor is a close second, but I don't know why this game just feels better. And if you're wondering why the in-game wheel looks so weird, it's because I'm not using all 900 degrees of rotation because I'm a little bitch. This is my little section I've kind of been using. There's a lot of good ones on this track. This isn't actually a real track. It's just a drift track that they made, and it looks like it has a bunch of great corners from real drift tracks that they stole. That they stole them. But yeah, this is pre-beta. Bunch gears. It's like in the alpha right now, I believe. So there's no online, there's no real modding that you can do to the cars. The game will be moddable in terms of, like, you know, you can mod and add your own shit. There's not really a lot right now except for like little pre-built things like the M3 E92 and the E30 both have a drift setup where they have like more lock and certain suspension. I'm not sure if any other cars have that. I think it's just these 2. That's a spin! A spin! Like, this reminds me, obviously, of this little track. Not a lot of courses, not a lot of cars yet, but it is pre-alpha. I think it's like $20-something, $30-something on Steam. If you buy it now, I think you get the full game for free, and as they update it, you get all the updates for free. So, good deal. And a lot of people are going to tell me, why don't you just drift on R Factor? R Factor looks like poo-poo. This feels very similar to R Factor, but maybe a little bit better because the sounds aren't as awful. Like, I mean, they're nowhere near being great, but they're not like R Factor or Gran Turismo sounding. Like, I can tell this is a V8, if you know what I mean. The graphics are pretty decent, even though for whatever reason it won't record in 720p for me for some reason. Yeah, I don't know, it's just, if you guys have seen Empty Box's video on Assetto Corsa, basically it's the same thing. I usually don't like drifting by myself, and I don't really like drifting underpowered courses, like these tight little courses. I usually like doing the competition thing, tandeming, but I'm just having fun driving around right now. Even this little course, and if I get bored of that little course, this track is all open concept, so you can just think, oh well, I'm gonna go do this section instead. Which is more. I fucked it up. I fucked it up real bad, but it's more of a high-powered section. But I'm having more fun on the tight little corners. Honestly, the E30 is probably the better choice. This engine, it is a V8, but it's a high revving V8, so you gotta rev the nuts off it all the time. And if you get really bored, you don't even need a section, just start making it up. Which is like Gymkhana, but you know, there's no explosions or anything because it's real Gymkhana. Oh no. It feels really predictable. You know, people who drift on other games with wheels are not going to be alienated here at all. And like, I don't drift on a wheel. Well, I do now, clearly. But I don't drift on a wheel. I'm gonna just. This game has a weird feature. I guess it's because it's alpha. It has a launcher, so like you can't see anything right now. It's because I'm in the menu, and I have my recording software set just to record the one window. I'm just switching to the M3E30. Let me go drift. Then it opens the game. So it's just like the launcher in the game. So it's kind of weird, but you know, because I was wondering why it wouldn't let me play the game windowed at first, but then I was like, oh, this isn't the actual game. But yeah, it's on Steam. I don't know if it's available for Mac. For those 3 people that asked me, get this on my Mac! So like the sounds could be better, but it's not like Gran Turismo where you're like, is this a vacuum or a 4-cylinder? Is this a vacuum or a Corvette? It's still, everything sounds like it's supposed to. It's just they could be improved, you know what I mean? And for a game that's in its baby steps, it feels phenomenal. It's a nice balance of like realistic and easy to approach. Maybe, I don't know. I don't drift in real life, clearly. You know, I drift my mom's truck in the snow a little bit, so I kind of have a general vague idea of what it feels like, but, you know, that's like saying, I know how to snowboard. I was pushed down a hill and didn't fall once. It doesn't really count, I know, but all I'm saying is the car feels just like how you would expect it to. Just similar to R Factor, but maybe there's a bit more information on the wheel. Because these aren't modded cars, these are cars that are put in the game by the unpronounceable developer name. Which are awesome, awesome, awesome people, by the way. Had a little chit-chat with them on Twitter, and they're just real down-to-earth guys. You know, I'm like, you guys are doing a great job in your game. They're like, oh, what can we do to make it better for the drifters? I was just like, no developer has ever asked that, ever. Like, what can we do to help? And I'm like, the fact that you have cars with adjustable steering lock is great. You have a little track for us like this. This reminds me of Ebizu a lot. Yeah, the E92, you kind of want to stay in second. This thing, you really want to start switching up to third as much as you can. Oh, yeah, tagged the wall. I'm really excited to start when this game gets online and when it really starts getting more tracks and more cars. It just seems that the developers, and again, if you guys are watching, I'm sorry, I really just can't pronounce your name and I can't think of it off the top of my head. So I'm just going to say the developers of Assetto Corsa really want to please their fans. And in a time of where, you know, people like Forza, Turn 10, and Polyphony are just kind of doing their own thing, even though, you know, one of those companies is much worse. Oh, I couldn't hit the clutch and the brake at the same time. Is much worse at keeping their fans happy than the other. It seems that all Assetto Corsa wants to do is make the most fun, real driving experience. Are they sacrificing realism for that? Well, if you treat iRacing as the be-all, end-all of physics, like it seems to be, don't hold me to that. I'm still new to this whole PC racing thing. But it seems that, start, there you go. It seems the physics aren't quite on par, but they're still towards, you know, the realer side of things. Like, I mean, it's not, for example, my friend in real life just bought a G27. He's never played a sim game in his life. He played Dirt 3, and I think that's it. And, you know, he's not, he likes car games, but he's not a super sim guy. And he's struggling with Assetto Corsa. You know what I mean? So it's not a pick up and play, anyone can do it kind of thing. Because, you know, you can't, I don't know if you can do this with a 360 controller, but, you know, usually games like this, it feels a lot like Gran Turismo, actually, physics-wise. But again, more refined. But yeah, he does not know how to drift. He can't do it. You know, he has a lot of struggles just driving cars around circuits. And me, I have previous experience with drifting on a wheel for Forza 3 and 4, and I know, you know, the basics of drifting technique outside of gaming. So for me, it was a pickup, and like took me a bit to get used to. And as you can see, it's mostly because I'm talking to you right now. But as you can see, I'm still trying to get used to it. But for the most part, it will feel very natural to newbies, maybe coming from R Factor or Live for Speed. And I mean, it's been 12 minutes, and I could sit here and do this for hours on end. I think my internet's been fluctuating on and off for the past, damn it. My internet's been fluctuating on and off for the past couple of days. And I've been sitting here, you know, ever since yesterday I got my internet back on for like 10 minutes to upload the video. I've been sitting here playing Assetto Corsa the whole time, you know. I'm not playing Forza 5 because I don't really want to play it right now. I got this game on fuck me. I got this game in the Steam Winter Sale, pretty cheap. I think it was like 20 bucks all in. So I was like, yeah, sign me up. And for a game that's not even out yet, this feels, from a drifting standpoint, I haven't really meddled around with driving too much, which I'm about to, but you know, I've driven the 599XX and it felt incredible. It felt like I would picture the 599XX and drive in real life. It doesn't drive like crap, but it's scary. You know what I mean? This thing with not a lot of horsepower, I think it has like 4 something. Like, you know, coming from Forza, that's not a lot of power for me, especially like with real drift cars having like thousands and thousands of horsepower now. It's not a lot of power. It's got a lot of steering lock. This car feels like a normal beginner's drift car, and it's just so chuckable and so slidable around almost every corner. Well, it is the drift setup. I don't know how the street setup feels in comparison, but this car isn't scary to drive at all. The only thing that's scary is to remember to hit the clutch when you want to shift gears. For somebody who drives an automatic in real life, and for who doesn't use clutch in most other games because of this one reason, I'll forget to use it and grenade my engine. But luckily I have damage turned off for that reason. Honestly, this is the most fun PC racing game I've ever played. You know, have I had, oh boy, didn't even bother braking there. Have I had more fun moments playing iRacing? Yes, because that, you know, the online and the how dangerous it is, and I don't know, the competition is what makes it fun. I've never been able to sit down and play a game by myself on one track using one car and be so, you know, entertained. And for that, the makers of Assetto Corsa should just be completely thrilled that they have accomplished something that not a lot of people can do. Forza 5 has, you know, for example, really stepped up their physics, but I can't play the career mode. It's too boring. you know, even just sitting around drifting for me is even though I can't even do it well right now, it's just super boring. This, you know, I'm not the best drifter in Assetto Corsa ever. Rarely would even call myself good, you know what I mean? I'm sure there's a lot of people that could... Am I even using the right tires? You know, there's a lot of people that could probably drive circles around me at this point, but it feels incredible, and it's just so much fun, and that way it's not like you're scared to go harder, you're scared to push faster, because you're not, because you can still drive the car. I feel like, you know, I am a beginner, and I know I am a beginner, but at the same time, I do know I have past knowledge, and I know what I'm doing to an extent. So, for me, it's just trying to get used to the tracks and the physics, and slowly turn up the rotation of my wheel, because I know I am a little girl and I should be using the full rotation. Oh, I'll call that a backwards. In terms of customization, right now there's not a whole lot. Again, like I said, there's just the pre-made sets. There's like lightly tuned versions of the street cars. Some of the street cars, like this and the E92, have drift variants with like maybe a bit more power. You know, a drift tuned suspension. And when I say drift tune, I mean like you have your camber built died in already and your toe or whatever. You change the color of your car, and that's about it. But again, this game's barely even out of its baby steps yet. So I'm expecting, you know, maybe an iRacing trading paint style livery editor where you can download the skin and do it yourself, so you can have any car, any color. It doesn't seem like it's going to try to rival Need for Speed or Forza in terms of customization, which when you have a game that drives this good, you know, and feels this good and this fun, I don't think it's fully necessary, honestly. Like, it'd be amazing to have a... Fuck me. It'd be amazing to have, like, a full, like, lower and drop in your car and, like, different wheels and stuff. Like, let's face it, NFS Shift has probably had the best customization of any game in recent memory. You know, with mods on R Factor being a close second, but again, those are mods, so you can't really count those. You know, I don't think it's going to be that level, but if they have, honestly, if they just put like 50% of effort, this game is going to be one of the funnest games to play in 2014. Again, I've never had so much fun just driving around the circuit, doing the same couple turns over and over and over again, and just having a blast. Let's try this one now. It's the same thing, but slightly different. This is what makes me feel like ABC. You got that long right into the tight little right, and then you gotta flick it back to the left. That feels like ABC for me. And I mean, I bet if you explored, you'd find some other similar Japanese drift tracks, because they're little sneaky fuckers there at Assetto Corsa. And honestly, this drift track is the best idea. One of the best ideas I've seen for drifters. You know what I mean? You got different corners, a lot of different types of corners. Even if it goes online, you can have all kinds of battles and competitions on the same track, because the tracks, you know, differ so much. You can have Pro-Am style, low horsepower, you know, the hotchies and your S13s and stuff, because the track is tight enough. And then you can run these longer sweepers for the cars that have a little bit... Oh, hello, let's go this way then. The cars that have a little bit more power. All on the same course. And, you know, you can do Mitsuri style, where, you know, there's, like, we run this half. Like, if there's, let's say, there's a huge amount of people, right? In the lobbies, let's say, like, they get 16. running 16 people is kind of stupid on these little tracks. So you can get 8. You can get 8 guys on this course, then 8 guys to do another section on the other side, you know what I mean? I don't know. I'm just having a lot of fun. Call me an Assetto Corsa fanboy. Actually, you can't even, because I didn't know. All I heard was, it's fun. And I was like, okay, if this is so fun, I'm going to go give it a shot. And I'm having a barrel of fun now. Especially once you get into it, and you really get your eye in. You start really running some aggressive lines, throwing it in pretty deep. Not like that, but anyway, guys, that's Assetto Corsa. That's my first impressions of it. Really excited to see some more updates coming out. Not so much for the driving, as well for the driving, but mostly for the drifting, because this game feels fucking incredible. Thank you guys very much for watching. Thank you very much if you guys at the Assetto Corsa development team. I can't for the life of me pronounce the name, but thank you very much.